Yo, what is up, my Uncle Seal back again with some more Draft League action. Today we're up versus Vulpix and the Philadelphia Phiones. So this man has some interesting stuff. He has that mana for Reuniclus, he has 2 offensive threats here. He has some bulky boys like Arcanine, Serena, Miltank, Weezing, and Hippo. He has some sand action going on there with Hippo plus Stoutland. And even Mega Aerodactyl that can get Speed F boost because it's a rock type. And then it has the Togekiss and Lucario. These are kind of wild cards. They can kind of do whatever. Togekiss can be defensive, offensive. Lucario can be physical, special. These mons are quite scary to prep for. So, like some kind of backstory, I guess, for today. Tried to record this twice already. It's just too hot. I just literally, like, I've been trying to record this, and I was, like, sweating like a motherfucker. So I just threw water over myself. And now I'm all wet from the water, but it's better than being all wet from the sweat. And it's 4 a.m. right now, and it's still hot in my fucking room. Like, how? This is not, like, the Netherlands is not a country. This is, like, one day it's super cold, one day it's super hot. Like, you do not want to live here. But, yeah, I'm sweating like a beaver right now. But that's fine, that's fine. We're still just gonna keep on recording. So, we got that Clefable right here at first. So, we got that max defense. Because Mega Aerodactyl is way too big of a problem to not run max defense, even though we have Slowbro. Like, Mega Aerodactyl, like, molests me, so we need to have, like, some extra countermeasures. And this also helps. There's a Side Shock from Reuniclus, which I think he will bring. So, even without Speed F investment, just with max HP, I'm going to be able to take modest Surfs from Manaphy without Rain anyway. And him setting up Rain takes a turn, and I can just CM then, which is fine. So that allows me to deal with it. With Unaware, I can take on Reuniclus 1v1. I can take on Manaphy 1v1, because I don't care if they boost up. Unaware didn't really help versus anything else. Maybe some Nasty Plot, Togekiss, some setup Lucario, I guess it can help versus those two. Then we got Psychic on deck here for that nasty Weezing. Like, get this mon off my screen, because otherwise it could just haze on me, it could just, like, Pain Split, it could just be super annoying to me. And because I'm unaware, he could actually, like, Sludge Bomb poison me, and just really be a big nuisance with that Weezing. So I can just Psychic that, blow it right out of the water at +1, so that's gonna be nice. Moonblast hits the rest for, like, pretty decent damage. I guess Psychic does some more to Arcanine as well, but the rest is just gonna get hit by Moonblast. So that's kind of why Clef is here. I really want to use Unaware Clef for that Manaphy Reuniclus. It's the first time I've actually used Unaware Clef. I mean, it's kind of a cool mon. This also can take on Home Claw's Mega Aerodactyl, which is cool. Now, next up on the team is going to be our star of the show, Shelly. At least I hope. So we got that nice Rocky Helmet on deck. This is our main Mega Aerodactyl answer and physical Lucario. It helps versus Stoutland as well, because I can just send this max defense big boy in, let it take a hit, do that nice Rocky Helmet chip back to the Stoutland. There's also walls out Arcanine completely, which is cool. It really helps versus Weezing because it has that stab Psychic. Signal Beam is on here to have a neutral move that covers, like, both Reuniclus and Serena, which is nice because Psychic, I think, does about the same to Serena, so I didn't really need it for that. But if he has, like, both, I can just hit Signal Beam, like, cover both of the switches, and that would be quite nice. We got Psychic for that, like, just that neutral coverage. It hits Weezing for super effective. It hits Manaphy for neutral stab. And Scald just as the move that I can click on everything. I just spam Scald and everything on his team. So the last mon on the team I really wanted to use is Toxic Spikes from Dragology. Dragology are going to be huge, because if he decides to bring T-Spikes Weezing with T-Spikes, I guess, then that's going to be super annoying to both my Clef and my Slowbro, aka my defensive core. So I needed the Poison type as an absorber here. And to set up my own T-Spikes is going to be super nice for his Arcanine, Serena, Miltank, and Hippo. These fat boys do not like the T-Spikes at all. He also does not have a T-Spike absorber, that's why I wanted to bring it. His Poison type is Weezing, which is kind of a downside of Weezing though, because it does not absorb it. And kind of an absorber is kind of important in draft. It's not as important as, like, an electric type or something, but it is important. Now we got that coverage. I mean, I didn't really need anything else outside of T-Spikes, Draco, Sludge Wave. I didn't know what item to put, so I just put a Guave, just because it's a good item, just slap on anything. Just when you just get low, you just get that Guave boost. A nice broken item, and then we just have Scald. Scald is there so I can 1v1 Hippo more comfortably, because I can just spam Scald and maybe get that burn if I haven't set up T-Spikes yet. So I don't have to drop a Draco versus a Hippo, and potentially I don't have to drop a Draco versus Aerodactyl, which can be cool. I guess it can burn Weezing as well, but I can just drop a Draco on Weezing's head as well. Now, we got a newcomer. We got right off the bench, we got Dr. Pranks right here. Nice juicy nickname, aka named after Dr. Just Fake channel. So we got that Tailwind 3 attacks, Life Orb Tornadoes. Pulling up with that Hurricane, just a just a sweep through everything. HP Ice is there to hit that Aerodactyl, which is the only thing that's really stopping Hurricanes, because it's the only flying resist on his team. Now, it's a pretty good flying resist under Sand, because Rock types do get that buff in special defense. But if it's not under Sand, HP Ice is going to do a clean 70 or something. So after Rocks, it's going to be in range of the next Rocks. So I can just sack something and then force it out, and then the Aerodactyl is dead to Rocks. That is provided I do have my Rocks up. Now I have Tailwind in case Aerodactyl tries to revenge me, or just when I want the Tailwind up for some other Pokemon to put in work, then I can just set up that Tailwind and just go from there. Because Mega Aerodactyl is the only Pokemon on his team that outspeeds me. That is unboosted. He can run like Scarf Togekiss, Scarf, Arcanine, I don't know, some Scarfer to outspeed Tornadus. But outside of that, only Aerodactyl outspeeds me, so I can just throw up a Tailwind. Now Dark Pulse is there, so I can comfortably 1v1 Reuniclus without having to worry about misses, because they both do about 70 to 80 to Reuniclus. But otherwise, he can just CM up, he can fish for misses, he can 1v1 Tornadus, and that's not gonna be good. And I just needed a filler spot anyway. Don't really care about something like super powerful Lucario, because Hurricane already does like 70, because his life are boosted from a Tornadus. Look at that! Whew, look at that stat, juicy. So this is why we have Docker Pranks finally coming off the bench. This is one of my Pokemon I really wanted to use, and I haven't used it in the first 3 weeks, but it's finally coming off that bench. So next up we got Liepard coming back from week 1. We basically got the same idea. We got just T-Wave Encore. Again, for the Reuniclus, that's a huge problem that Clef can deal with, but if Clef gets crit, we might be in for some trouble. So we have Encore on here. Encore is going to be super nice, because I can just Encore Reuniclus into a Recover, into a Psychic move, so it can't touch it, because Knockoff only does like 70 or something, 60 to 70, because Reuniclus is super thick, that is if it's max fit F. But yeah, then otherwise Reuniclus could have just eaten up a hit, gone for Signal Beam, and just blown Liepard away. So this is going to be nice. We got Encore as well. Encore can help versus other things like some setup, Togekiss, Lucario, some other mons. Okay, what I was trying to say is that we have T-Wave. T-Wave is the main reason Liepard is on here. So T-Wave is just delicious. You can just T-Wave everything outside of the Hippo, obviously, but I can knock off the Hippo with that Black Glasses. Is going to do quite a lot. I can knock off the potential leftovers, or just U-turn out into Slowbro. Although Slowbro doesn't really have the offensive presence, so I guess Hippo can be annoying to this team in general. Looking back at it, Hippo is kind of annoying to this team, but it's fine because I have some tech in the back. So we got that knockoff, we got that U-turn, we got the Encore T-Wave. I kind of talked about everything. What I'm not talking about is that I have already talked about this, but I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of sweating and everything. And tomorrow it's gonna be even hotter, I've heard. And I really don't want to have to record tomorrow when it's like the sun is shining. I just want to like sleep, shower, and die the entire day tomorrow. So I really want to just do this right now. So there's probably gonna be a lot of cuts. I'm actually gonna have to edit for once, but unfortunately. So we got that Excadrill with that Shuckaberry on deck. We got that Rocks, ooh, very delicious. We got Toxic, and we got that Iron Head Earthquake combination. We kind of need Iron Head and Earthquake. We got Mold Breaker also. I kind of want to have Sand Force for the Hippo, which could be cool because I could just Toxic the Hippo and then spam Iron Head. But then if he brings the Weezing, this gets walled up by Weezing completely, and didn't want that because this could actually be not really a threat, but it can Toxic the Hippo and Serena, which can be cool. And we got that Iron Head on deck as well to hit the Togekiss and the Mega Aerodactyl. Get up Rocks, and then we got Toxic Shuckaberry. I mean, Toxic is for the Serena and the Hippo, but Toxic Shuckaberry allows us to safely Toxic the Hippo, which is a threat to our team. So I can just safely Toxic that and allow it to get residual chip. And then when it comes in on Liepard, it gets its potential lefties knocked off, and then it all goes down from there. It just keeps, oh my lord, I'm kind of fucking up right there, but it just keeps getting residual damage. So that's basically my entire team. I haven't really talked about like my EV spreads, but they're pretty self-explanatory. Oh, I'm kind of proud of this one. This EV spread allows Jagology to outspeed, I think, everything not named Mega Aerodactyl under a Tailwind. I don't know. I think that's what that's supposed to mean. That speeds that. I think it outspeeds everything not named Mega Aerodactyl under the Tailwind. Because if it were to outspeed Mega Aerodactyl, I would have to go like Timid and everything. I need to keep my modest. So that's kind of cool, and the rest of my EV spreads are pretty. This is like max defense. This is, oh yeah, I have this speed because Weezing has the same speed as Clef. So if you were to try to throw some speed on, I hope that I can have more speed than him because he still wants to be bulky for my Mega Lop. So I assume he would go for like 20 or 24 something on the Weezing. So I went kind of overboard here, but I really needed to keep my bulk, so I didn't really go for 60 or anything to make sure I outsped the Weezing, because if he doesn't bring the Weezing, that's just wasted bulk. And then the rest of the EV spreads, this is just standard. This is pretty standard. This is all just for certain mons. Actually, I don't know, but I might have been able to go modest here. Probably not though. Yeah, this is pretty self-explanatory. I don't know what this speed is for. It's probably for probably for unboosted Arcanine or something like that. Unboosted. I mean, it might be a bit too little for unboosted Arcanine. I honestly don't know what this is for, but you know, you never know with me. I just throw random spreads on there. Call me Mr. Envy. So we're keeping this nice under 10 minutes of prep part. So let's dive right into this replay and see how we do versus the Phiones iPhones. Okay, so diving right into this replay, we have no Weezing on the opposing side. So kind of our prep, our Mold Breaker, and our Bulk and our Psychic on Clefable are kind of lost. But it's fine. Sandforce would have been quite a help because he actually has Sandstream, which is cool because it gives his Aerodactyl Speed F boost. But it's like if I brought Sandrush Drill, and I know he knows I wouldn't because there's a Weezing, right? But if I were to bring that, that could have been a huge problem to his team, especially if his Serena gets low, and because there's Sandop with Hippo sometimes, Synthesis is not going to heal. So that's kind of something something that I think Vulpix didn't really think about, I guess. But, I mean, it worked out because I am Mold Breaker. So let's dive right into this nice replay. I was checking if I didn't have the music on by accident. So I lead off with this Excadrill. Just because Excadrill is my designated lead, I can Toxic the Hippo. I can Toxic everything. It basically beats everything on his team outside of a Serena lead, and I don't really see why he would lead with that. So this works out perfectly because I can just get up my rocks for free. Of course, he names his Hippo, aka fat Pokemon, after me. This is such a big troll, dude. So here I Toxic the Hippo, and he goes for a hard EQ, which is actually a really solid play. He predicted the Toxic and went for EQ. Normal people would have just gone for rocks right there. But luckily I have that Sugar Berry, nice tech, keeping me alive. So here I think I just go into Slowbro. Yeah, Slowbro's my safest place. He goes for the rocks, so he definitely played that well. So here I can just go into Reuniclus or Serena. It doesn't really matter. I just Signal Beam covering them both. Signal Beam doing absolutely jack shit to Reuni because Slowbro is ass. So here I just go into my Clefable because it's my designated counter. Nice taking some rocks damage. He Signal Beam's predicting the Liepard, which is good for me. Here I kind of make a play I regret. I Moonlight here when I could have just CM'd up. So yeah, I definitely think I could have just CM'd. So here we start. Oh, this is fun. I know you guys are gonna enjoy this. Oh, nice CM. Ooh, Psyshock. Ooh, very delicious. I'm just gonna skip through Moonlight, Psyshock, Psyshock. So basically, I'm spamming Moonlight. He's spamming Psyshock to waste my PP. Because Psyshock actually does a shit ton because he's max modest investment. So I Moonblast him here. I finally go for that 2 KO. I could have Moonlighted up one more time actually to get a bit more extra chip. But Clef is almost dead anyway. It's probably just going to get foddered later. But we get rid of the Reuniclus turn 12, which is pretty early. I mean, only a few things happened in this game so far, and we already get rid of a big threat, which is cool. So we're going to Slowbro. Oh, this is... Well, I'm not proud of this. So, Flash Cannon comes out, right? So I see that damage, and I'm like, Nani? So I don't know what the fuck going on. That does too much for... I assume he would be timid, right? Because I have an Excadrill. Lucario has 90 speed. Excadrill has 88. So I assume he wouldn't be modest, because then you would be outsped by Jolly Drill. Like, why would you do that? But thinking back on it, it's actually like pretty, like, why would I run modest Drill? It doesn't make sense. So I guess it's pretty logical that that was just like a modest Iron Plate boosted Flash Cannon. He told me after the battle, but I just thought he was Specs, because I was like, there's no way you're modest, you have to be Specs. So he does it again. See, he bluffs me. He fucking destroys me here. He bluffs the Specs, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's Specs, he's just trying to go for drops, I guess. And Hero whips out the Dark Pulse and completely molests me. So I lose my main and Mega Aerodactyl counter very fast. So this really turned sideways in 3 turns. It was like looking up, Reuni was dead, but now Shelly is dead as well. This is my main and Mega Aero counter. So we're going to Docker Pranks here, basically claiming a kill. Like, nothing stops us on the entire team. I just hit a Hurricane, which is cool because we actually connect. And I can just finish him off with any move here. So we get rid of the Hippo, which is cool. Nice Docker Pranks putting in the work. Nice prank. But Docker Pranks is going to be taking Life Orb. It's going to be taking Sand. Going to be taking Rocks. This boy getting chipped real fast. So he just goes back into Arrow. And here I just decide to sack off Docker Pranks. Get up my Tailwind. Because this mod actually goes in on my team. Like, I do still have my Liepard to stop it. And I do still have Joel on the Tailwind right now to stop it. But outside of that, this is still a threat. Dragalge can live EQ, but if it comes into Rocks twice, it doesn't live EQ anymore. So I really need to rely on my Liepard T-Waving and Encoring. But yeah, he only has 4 more mons, so this is definitely still doable, but it's going to be a bit hard. So I'm going to Excadrill under Tailwind right now. I think I actually don't know what I do here. I think it's just hard Iron Head. As for some reason that actually 2 KOs, and he turns out to not have leftovers. So that's like a huge banger. If he was like, I don't know what item he was. You will see in his video. This is nice, a shameless plug to his channel. I'll link his channel down below, by the way. But I don't know what item he was. As I said, you might see it in his video. But he wasn't leftovers, which is huge because I'm able to 2 KO the Serena right now. So he goes into Lucario when I still have my Tailwind up. I'm scared of the Vacuum Wave, obviously. I go into my Jigology. As I think, yeah, he just makes the obvious play in Vacuum Waves, which is fine. Like, if I didn't predict that, he could have just caught my Excadrill right there. So here he goes into Togekiss to sack that off as I Scald, making a mid-ground. Trying to catch the Aerodactyl. I tactically evade Air Slash. Wouldn't have done too much. I'm in range of Aerodactyl EQ anyway. Yeah, so he goes into back in Aerodactyl. Here, I just sack off my Clef, trying to see what he wants to do. Because, yeah, here, my Liepard is going to go in. So I sack my Clef off, go into Liepard, and, over, man. He actually lets me T-Wave the Aerodactyl as he roosts up. So that's huge because I'm Encore as well, so I Encore him in the roost. So this set putting in the finest amount of work. And now I can U-turn on the Lucario. See, this set works out perfectly. Honestly, I could have T-Waved there and sealed up the game 100% there. To be honest, that was the play. T-Waving again, because there's no way you stay in there. So T-Waving again was the play. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So if I T-Waved again, I just went with Excadrill because Excadrill outspeeds everything. Actually, that's not true because he could have still Vacuum Waved the Drill. Nah, never mind. I stand by my play of U-turning. So I could just U-turn Jigology in. Drop a Draco, I think. Yeah, he Flash Cannon does a shitload. I eat that a Guava Berry, though. So even if I missed that Draco, I still had another chance. That's a Guava Berry coming through. Which is, I guess, cool. So he goes back into Aerodactyl. I would speed him, I think. Oh no, I don't want to speed him because Para got nerfed. Very sad. So I Scald, do jack shit. But the only thing I need to do is I need to spam Scald. Just because after a Scald, Iron Head from Excadrill always kills. So I can always win this game if I just keep spamming Scald. There's nothing he can do about this. He's forced to kill me. And we can just go Excadrill, go for the Iron Head, round up the game, and clean up. So if it was Rapid Spin Excadrill over Iron Head, this would have been an L for the lads, but thank God we're not. So, I mean, I guess then I could have gone like hard Liepard and Encored him into Roost or something on one of those two. I honestly don't know. But I could have like Encored him into Aerial Ace or something. I honestly don't know what I would have done because he actually didn't have Earthquake, otherwise he would have clicked that on the Jigology. So this was a cool game. We're 3-1 right now, so we're putting in the work after after that devastating loss game 1 to start that off, where I just gave away the win because I hacked. I still stand by that play, by the way, because like we're 3-1 at the moment, we're pretty good. I think we're number 2 in the league at the moment. So week 4 is almost to a close. We're gonna face off Schneider. If we're I don't know how you pronounce his name. It's like a German name, I think. But we face off his team, and he's like some stall team. So expect a Chansey on that next battle. Oof, oof. So if you want to see Chanseys, hit that subscribe. Also subscribe to my man Vulpix in the description below. There's his channel. He will be uploading a video on this battle very soon, so you can see his perspective too. That's, I guess, kind of cool. So yeah, leave a juicy in the comments, leave a like, and yeah, see you in the next one.